Hey everyone. Alright, I want to welcome you to another episode of, let's call this Not Atari Hardware. And why are we not Atari hardware? Well, there's a very simple reason. You see, when we show our hardware, it's not just a plastic case. There's actually really working hardware inside of it. Woo! So let's turn this on. Let's go up to the screen. There's the actual screen. Look at this. It actually works. It's amazing. So there's Bob DeCrescenzo's incredible Crystal Quest game. And as you can see, it's on one of CPU Wiz's short 7800 boards. And we've got our nifty, neat little pokey right there. And we're going to take that out real quick. And let me just pop that out. And we're going to take Ball Blazer. I'm going to throw Ball Blazer in. Now, Ball Blazer does have a pokey in it. So we're going to bring that up. And we're going to go down. Whoops. Hang on a second. I'm losing stuff here. It's sliding all over the place. It's a little messy here in Not Atari Labs. So let's go down here. And we see that there's a 7800 cartridge in the top slot. We're going to load that game. And there we go. And that is playing directly from the pokey in the Ball Blazer cartridge, not from the XM pokey. But wait, there's more. Hold on. Let's do this. Let's power this off. Let's take this out. And let's see. Oh, look at that. There's another XM. So let's pull this XM out. So I'm going to pop that board out. Put that one over there. And let's see what's cooking under here. Oh, look at that. It's another XM board. It's not just a fancy case. There's actually hardware inside. So we're going to take this one. Let's just plug this bad boy right in here. And we got another little short board in there. Let's see what this short board has. Dun dun dun. Go to the BIOS. Whoops. Oh shit. We had a crash. It's probably because that cartridge wasn't in all the way. Because I'm throwing stuff all over the place. Another crash. Scary. Alright. Let's just take this out for a second. And let's just put it back in properly. Alright. So let's stop clowning around a little bit here. And put it back in. See, I'm not afraid to show if there's a little bit of a goof or a mistake. So we just keep rolling here. We don't cut and we don't edit. Alright, so now we're booting up. Because you actually put it in properly and just didn't like clown around and slap it in like I just did before. Alright, so let's go to this cartridge. Alright, see again, it sees it's a 7800 cartridge. We're going to load that up and hey, it's Miss Pac-Man. How about, wait, let's do this. Let's stop this. Let's take this one out. I think, yep, okay, so this is, so there's Pac-Man 320. Let's put Pac-Man 320 in instead. Whoops, hit the RAM test. Sorry about that. I just gotta wait for it to cycle through the second bank. So you guys are getting to see a RAM test too. But wait, there's more. Alright, so let's go down top slot. Select that, and here is Pac-Man! Yeah! Let me see if I can actually play this one this time. See if I can move the joystick and actually do this. For all our one-handed players out there, only have one working arm, I give you a tremendous amount of respect, because only having one arm to hold the joystick and play the game is a monumental pain in the ass. So, mucho respect to you guys. Oh, I'm gonna die. Wait. Damn it, Pinky, let me die. Tell you, it's tough to die these days. Not for lack of trying. Alright, one more time. Let's kill him. Alright, we should go to the high score screen now. 3, 2, 1. Boom! Okay, we are in high score. So we're just going to do my initials real quick. All right. So there's that. I'm going to do that. We're going to hit pause and reset. Damn it, didn't make it in time. One of the things I'm talking with Mark and Perry about is seeing if we can jump. You have to understand, let me explain a couple things here. The high score cartridge, the original individual high score cartridges, these are the ones. Well, this is the NVRAM modified one that I made. I basically took the old original GCC design that I had originally done in 1999. I based these high score cartridges to a T, exactly the same schematic as the original GCC schematic. The problem is that it actually had a battery drain flaw in it. So I wound up removing the 5516, which were the 2K SRAMs that were on here, and replaced them with Dallas 1220s. So these have got a battery life of about 20 years. I'm actually looking at some FRAMs, which may even be a better solution. But the point is this is the whole high score cartridge. This is the NVRAM version of it. So the actual high score code is on a separate ROM, and then you would have the game plug in the top and then pass through to the console. So this kind of sat in between, and then this resides in a particular section of memory. So what has been done here is the 128K BIOS, there's a lot of room in here. So what we did was I talked with Mark, and we actually took the high score code, put it into the BIOS. So it's actually part of it. So this way, it's all resides in one BIOS chip. Now, I'm talking to Mark and Perry. We're going to look into actually adding into the BIOS screen, the main BIOS that will come up, the user version, when there's no cartridge installed. You'll get, we're probably going to keep the 128K RAM test. We're going to keep the high score, the high score RAM and ROM test. And then probably the Pokey test and the Yamaha test, and then a game credits. But then we're going to add in a high score maintenance mode. And that's the maintenance mode that I showed you in yesterday's demo, where at any high score screen on any game, you press the pause and then press the select button together. And that brings up the high score maintenance page. I would like to actually add that directly into the BIOS and do a jump statement and go directly to that particular section of the memory address in the BIOS and run that high score maintenance routine. And this way, it may be a little bit easier for everybody than trying to catch it like I tried a couple of times, and it's not easy to do. So I'm going to look at that and try that out. There was something else I want to try. Oh, you know what? While we're here, I've been showing you guys all sorts of 7800 games. So let me just, yeah, this is actually kind of a neat game to show here. So let's put Pac-Man VE in. All right. So let's bring that up. All right. So let's load that game. So that should show really quickly 2600 and then go right to the game. Oh, there we go. So there's 2600. So it automatically recognizes it's a 2600 game. It's going to disable all the features in the XM so they don't interfere with games like this game, or a game that has the Sarah chip, which originally was giving me a lot of problems. In fact, actually, the high score card itself, a lot of the Sarah games, you couldn't just plug them directly on top of the high score card. It was causing a lot of conflicts. So here's the voice enhanced one. So let's try this out. This is some absolutely awesome coding to be able to get voice synthesis in this. This is just amazing. And again, I'm trying to play here with one hand, which is really a pain in the ass. Let's see if I can clear the score. Oh, the chicken lost. All right, well, you got to see, okay, it works great with the 2600 cartridges, works great with the 7800 cartridges. I know one friend of mine who's going to comment on the 7800 forums. He's going to go, well, when are you going to get it to play 5200 cartridges? And that's when I'm going to have to throw a brick at him. You know who I'm talking about. All right, guys, that's it. These two are, where'd the other one go? We got one here, another one here. These two are done. all ready to go out. Actually, I'm going to put a socket on these. I just want everyone to understand something. I am putting sockets on the developer ones, so the 5 developer boards have these. When they go out to the regular end user, they will not have a socket on them. But if you notice, there's 0.1 holes right next to all of the actual chip holes where the IC is going to go into the motherboard. So you've got all these breakout holes around the PIA. Everything is marked. In fact, I've marked every single thing on the board. So you've got every single connection on the Pokey, including all the paddle lines and stuff like that. Someone was asking about the paddle lines. All the keyboard lines. You've got all the data and address lines on every single chip. I've put everything on every single thing. The cartridge port tells you everything. You have every single thing on here, of course, not on the PLD, because you try putting down text that people can read in 0.5 pitch. But everything else has got chip markings on this. So I've really tried to make sure that if you're going to want to experiment on this board, try to modify it, enhance it even more, you've got every single point marked on these boards. So this has really been made specifically for everybody, from beginners who are just going to use this to the hobbyist or the engineer that's going to want to try and expand its features out. So everything is here. And of course, there's going to be tons and tons of documentation up on the website, so you guys can just really go hog wild and try to really do as much as possible with this. It's gonna warm my heart if I see you guys, enhancing the hell out of this thing. It'll really be great to see that. So, just a little long-winded demo here. Showed you a couple things. Poked fun at Atari, which is always a fun thing to do. And you guys have a great weekend. Take care.